This information you are about to hear and perhaps view, these are not necessarily the thoughts or the ideas of Gary C.Clement or the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast. We are in no way, shape, or form affiliated with the parties this story is about or was interviewed for. Parts of this content may not be owned by or the property of the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast, G2 Network Media, or any other company we are affiliated with, and this information is strictly the opinion of those being interviewed. This content is for information purposes only, and although we may make reference to various news stories, we share our own independent beliefs about the content and provide our own opinions. Please enjoy the information. Yes, this is Gary Clement from the Gary Clement Radio Show and Podcast, and today we have an incredible gentleman on the show with us. His name is Mr. James Vision Jacobs. The name of his project is entitled Breaking the Silence. And this is some of the most incredible artwork I've ever seen in my life. If this is artificial intelligence, this is simply wonderful. Everybody needs to go get a copy of this. He's basically laid out his entire life in story form where you just get illustration after illustration, just incredible. So we welcome Mr. James Vision Jacobs.
I'm pretty good, Gary. No, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just an honor, man. I appreciate you just giving me this platform to share the contents of my new book on this out. But I'm doing pretty good, and I appreciate you.
I see. Okay. So you grew up in Columbus, Ohio. What was your family life like? How many brothers and sisters? Was your mother and father in the household? Talk a little bit about that for me, please.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So. Yes, as you mentioned, Columbus, Ohio. As far as brothers, I have 5 brothers. I have 5 brothers. I had my mom and dad, mostly my mom in the picture. So single mother for most of my life that raised all the boys. We went through our trials and tribulations and difficulties. Growing up, it's tough for a single mom raising so many kids. So it was a little tough growing up in our neighborhood, but she was able to provide the best she could. My father was in the picture as well. Great guy. I took, he was an artist. So I took most of my art skills from my dad. He had some other skills as well, but mainly the art is what I really appreciated and took from him and taking that to a new level. Went to school here in Columbus, in poverty a little bit, grew up in poverty a little bit, but we kind of managed and fought our way through and just doing our best to make it through this life.
I see. Okay. Now you mentioned, that your mother actually was a single mother. I guess that meant what, your father didn't live in the household with you, or he did sometimes and he was out sometimes, or what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so actually, great question, Gary. So actually, my mom was like pretty young. She was pretty young when she had me, and my father, of course, was young as well. So just a young couple, just kind of started maybe a little too early. But when I was, they were married for a few years, but when I was about 5 or 6, they ended up separating and getting the divorce, which caused my dad. He moved out at that time. So it was just mainly my mom in the picture at that point, providing for us. Dad, he was just dad. He was just doing his thing. And I have, I have no hard feelings against him or anything like that. He was there, if I would call him or if I would need something, I would reach out, but it's mainly just my mom in the picture providing for most of us. But dad was there as well. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Because I was going to, like I said, grew up in a family where my mom actually was a single mother, and there were 4 of us, and I was the oldest. And I know, like I said, there are a lot of, when you go through that, growing up or whatnot, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of questions and stuff that you might have about, I guess, your mother's relationship with your dad, just different things and stuff that you felt like you needed your dad there for, And I know you, like I said, hit some of those spots and whatnot too in your life. So how did that make you feel and stuff to be a young age or whatnot, as well as your other brothers, and have to deal with them not really being together? You understand?
Yes, yes, yeah. Great question. So actually, it's growing up, you don't have a full understanding until you actually grow up of relationships. What causes like relationships to break up, and just how this just why my dad wasn't there at some time.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my brothers, we kind of, we just all stuck together. We kind of, we had our hard times where, I mean, where food was tough to get. I mean, we're talking about, and I'm not putting my mom down. She did her absolute best. And I love her to death, and I don't think, there's a better mother, on the planet, according to me.
Right.
But she had plenty of mouths to feed, so there was a shortage of clothes, a shortage of food, but we kind of managed through and fought through. And but just when we grew up, we just kind of understood, why they separated. But growing up, it was kind of tough, and we wanted them together, but it didn't work out. But growing up, when we grew up, we kind of just, like that's just the way life happens to some folks. So.
Right, I understand. Okay, so now that you're older, are you all still as close now as you were when you were younger?
Yes, that's a great question. So, I mean, I think that's what we're all like pretty close, and I think that's what made us where we have this strong connection. I'm the second oldest. I have an older brother. I'm the second oldest, and then my little brothers. But being one of the oldest, we like always made sure what my mom couldn't do. We tried our best to if it's, working or, taking time to take care of the younger ones. But through it all, like we was all there for each other just growing up. So that made it where now that we're older, we still have that strong connection. So, but that just helped us, just growing up through those tough times and just sticking together. And
I
that's
see.
something we still do.
I see. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So you have this book, Breaking the Silence. Where did these stories come
Mhm.
from? Real life experiences, a series of, I guess, circumstances from other people's lives. Just how did you come up with this idea to put these stories together?
Yes, actually, again, another great question. So with the content of this book, Gary, um, I came up with it. The character, main character, he's going through bullying, he's going through violence, mental health issues, and love, of course. That's he's in high school. But this story's a little bit about me. But then there's so many people I know just growing up that experience the same things that I experience. If it's like bullying, violence, like mental health, but mainly it's relate. Yeah, I can relate to it. Plenty of my brothers and friends can relate to it. So it's just something I like to get out here because it's a great story that's dealing with some of the issues that most kids are dealing with, and if it's bullying, violence, mental health, and of course love. So just something I'm just trying to get out here to relate to folks, and then also to help our communities and children as well.
I see. Okay. So these are not all your stories. Some of these are about you, but some of them are also about other people as well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So it's, um, I can relate to to most of it, but yes, this story comes from like experiences of my friends, like things they went through, even my parents, just growing up. So everybody I kind of knew growing up, so just kind of blended everything together, and then of course it has plenty of artwork in there, but all of it's mainly friends, family, and myself as well.
Okay, cool. So, as far as once you actually release this book or whatnot, did you share this beforehand with other family members, other people there in the community, or what was your, I guess, idea to enlighten them about what you were trying to create here?
Yes, actually, another great question. So, um, most of it was I did share, just when I wrote it, I did share with my brothers and close friends, um, and with the pictures. So it's just a great blend with the pictures as well. So just able to share that with them. So they just let me know how incredible they thought the idea was. Um, and then from there, I'm a foster parent as well, Gary.
Hmm.
So I was able to share my book with one of the um, teachers at one of the local schools here.
Hmm.
So I shared it with one of the teachers, and with the content of the book, just addressing violence and bullying, which most schools are dealing with these days. They thought it was also a great idea to they wanted to include this book in their like Forrester freshman package. It's not only with great stories, beautiful artwork, it also has resources in the back. If the kids dealing with bullying, mental health, or whatnot, so it's just a great resource for kids in school and anyone that loves art and just loves to read.
I see. Okay, cool. I know that when I was coming up, actually, too, church was a big part of my life. Did you all go to church, when you were younger? Did your mother take you or any other kind of stuff? Or?
Oh yes, actually, my mother, she was, she was like, she had her church. She had her church she loved going to. She actually, she also made us go to church. And, just being younger, we really didn't like going to church, but we were made to go anyway. We kind of, just got into the flow of things. And it's a great thing that she did take us and did make us go. We got a little older. We just, that's something we wanted to be a part of the church and just to know God and build a relationship with God, and that's very important. And even today, I believe it's God that helps me with my gift and my passions, and able to to um, to connect to His vision, and also share that same vision to help others with the content of His book. But yeah, church was like big in my life, like growing up.
I see. Okay. So have you had an opportunity to go to the schools, I guess, and share the book, with students and whatnot to see exactly, what their impression or what their ideas are, about the book?
Yes, actually, well, actually, it's been about a couple weeks, so I still have things in process right now. I am in contact with the couple with the professor. I'm sorry, the principals at one of the schools, and also a few teachers. So things are just starting like getting kicked off right now. I'm still in the launch phase, so I haven't actually been in the schools, but just I'm in the process of getting things started. So we're just trying to figure out how we're going to get these into schools and being able to share these with the students in the schools right now.
I see. Okay. So does this come in paperback or hardcover or what exactly?
Yes, actually, well, it's a paperback, and you can get this on Amazon. It's available on Amazon, and also it's an ebook that's available. But you can get this any of the bookstores. It's available at any of the bookstores. Um, and if that's something you'd like me to share, I'll share exactly where you can get it from. But yeah, paper book and an ebook right now.
I see. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I think it's actually a very timely thing because, our school systems nationwide right now have erupted in violence, bullying, mental illness is definitely a part of it, and I guess, what have you learned though, since, putting this kind of book out, what have you learned from what people are telling you about the impact this book, has on society right now?
Yes, absolutely. So just from the feedback I'm receiving, Gary, there's so many people that's relating to the book. There's like, and this is just something I'm doing some research, but 41% of the like students, period, experienced like bullying growing up, and it also impacts like mental health. And there's plenty of like children today, even just growing up. That's able to connect to this book, but just getting great feedback because it's so relatable, and from everyone that's giving me feedback, it's so relatable. Something they went through, it's something they're not going through. They know somebody that went through similar experiences, but it's very relatable, and just able to get great feedback, and how it's like something great to have out, and something that our kids can read, their nephews, nieces. But it's just they think it's a great, valuable resource, especially considering all the violence that's going on in the world today.
Right, right, absolutely, right. Okay, cool. And you spoke a little bit about the artwork, but yeah, the artwork is just amazing in this thing. It's beautiful.
Oh, oh, thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, so actually the artwork, I love art. That's something that kind of I mentioned that earlier. Like my dad was an artist, and actually my dad, he just passed away this year. But this is it's kind of funny. But this is a way to keep my he liked to draw. I picked this up from him, and this is a great way for me to keep him his legacy moving forward. Just taking his gifts and applying my gifts to this project, and this the first of many projects to come. But yeah, just thought it would be a great way to connect with students or people, even if everybody doesn't love reading, right? But people love movies, they love great artwork, so it's a great way to blend great artwork um, with a movie, so to speak, with educating about bullying, violence. So just a great blend to just connect with like everyone in our communities, and kids in school these days.
I see. Okay. And for those people again who want to, maybe reach out to you, um, get your book, know more about you through social media, how do they reach you?
Yes, actually, the book, the easiest way, Amazon. I know a lot of people would use Amazon, so you can just look up James Vision Jacobs. The book is called Breaking the Silence. Called Breaking the Silence. My email, if you'd like to reach out to my email, D is in David, Y, G is in Gary, Visions, VISIONS at gmail.com. If you'd like to reach out to me, but I'm on most of I'm on Facebook and Instagram under J Vision at J Vision Jacobs. You'll find me there. Um, but yeah, so if you'd like to get a hold of me, those are some great options to connect with me if you'd like to connect, and feel free. And I'm still open to share new ways to put my book out there in the public, because it's just a great helpful resource like for any kids that's going through bullying, experiencing violence. And then some kids are, sometimes their kids won't share, if they're being bullied or if they have violence. But I think this book is a great way to connect with them as well.
I see. Okay. And I meant to also ask you too, what would be an actual age range for this particular book?
Yes, actually, the age I'm shooting for right now is anywhere from like 10 to 11 and up. So that's a great age to connect, I believe. But even adults, adults can read it, but I like to really connect to like the students out there of the world, and anywhere from 10 to 11, most teenagers, but our young crowd, that's who I'm really trying to connect with right now. That's a great age group to connect with my book.
We really do appreciate our guests who participated in this episode, and we hope you learned something that will bless your day and your life. For all who are interested in learning more about the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast, please visit www.amazon.com and order my book, The Gary Clement Radio Show, When Strong Afro-American Men and Women Stand Up. It covers everything about us and features a variety of Afro-American personalities who speak out about the importance of education and literacy in the Black community. Well, we thank you for tuning into our podcast. Please send us your email address so we can contact you when we have new releases and new episodes and new projects as well. You can reach us at gccpresents@yahoo.com. And also, if you're interested in submitting any materials or want to get in touch with us, please do so by simply sending an email to gccpresents@yahoo.com. That's G as in Gary, C as in Charlie, C as in Charlie, presents@yahoo.com. So until next time, do take care. And this is a G2 Network Media production.